Hey.
Okay, so this is an unintentional special edition of the podcast. This is attempt number 2 to record this. We were about halfway through recording, and there was a technological issue, and it's gone. So,
it'll be like the lost recording of SpongeBob. Just gone.
Right? I know.
Maybe it'll resurface randomly one day.
Honestly, if we ever found it again, it would absolutely get released eventually, but it's gone. Like, it's gone. It's gone forever. Which is really unfortunate, because we're really funny, but, yeah. And so, I don't even know, I, completely lost track of what we were talking about, what was even going on, but... yeah, I don't know what the deal is with, God! I'm recording for a minute and I can't talk. There's technological issues, because I am like a broken technology magnet. Like, things crash on me all the time, and people be like, oh, it's just because you don't take good care of your computer, it's just because you don't do this, it's like, no. I do everything that everybody else does. I'm, better to my technology than most other people are, because I know everything is so prone to just, not working for me, and stuff just, it just won't work.
Literally, your stickies is the reason. It doesn't make any sense. Even if it were somehow you cannot control if your stickies is gonna, explode.
Right? I don't even have that many
stickies. It's not even a real thing.
I have 4. I have 4 sticky notes, and it
just... I have 1,000.
I don't know. And it's a problem too. My Xbox One, I can't really play anything here. I used to be able to play pretty much everything on the Wi-Fi here, and our Wi-Fi in our apartment sucks a lot. It's terrible. And I used to be able to do a lot of stuff. I was oh, I'll play Destiny. Oh, I'll play Halo. Oh, I'll play Saints Row. Whatever. And it was fine. And I could totally play everything. But now, for some reason, I can't do anything. I can't, I try to play Destiny, and it'll, it won't even load, because it tries to tell me I can't connect to the server. I'm gonna try again later and see. I'm gonna wait till it's 4 in the morning and nobody's awake, and because it won't even work for me when there's nobody else using the Wi-Fi. And it's annoying too, because my roommate's PlayStation works just fine, so there's something going on here that I need to deal with, apparently. But I just I'm gonna make myself the IT admin, and then just allocate the bandwidth appropriately, so that my shit'll work. If I knew how to do that, I would. Just because it sucks if you're trying to work on something and somebody's using all the bandwidth for shit that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's oh, I can't, I'm just trying to do my homework and it won't work. I have a really important thing I have to do research for and work on, but I can't do it because you're watching TV for 8 hours. Weird. But, whatever. There's not really much I can do about it. And if I really wanted to, fix it, I could. I could just, go on campus and actually get all my work done and then come back. But, whatever.
Nah.
I don't have time for that. But luckily, most stuff for art is not online, so it's not.
Heck, I happened to stumble upon this news thing. Why some Christians are upset at Starbucks' new holiday cup.
I saw that. They're isn't it they're annoyed that it's not Christmassy enough?
Starbucks remove Christmas from their cups because they hate Jesus. Oh my god. Wrote Joshua blank blank. The viral Facebook post, nearly 10 million views. Okay, what?
I don't understand the logic behind that. Why would they assume
they're still red? They're still holiday themed.
Here's the thing too. Yeah, they were never Christmas themed. They were just winter themed. I don't know what these people are on about.
Christian fish all over them. And there's more than one holiday during the winter. So if I were Jewish or something, I think I'd be bummed that if it was all Christmas trees, Jesus fish.
Yeah, I don't understand what they're upset about. They've never been Christmas themed. The quote Christmas decor. It's like snowflakes. It's like winter. There's never anything that's Christmassy at all. I don't know what they're even on about. Plus, who cares? It's a cute it's a fucking red Starbucks cup that you're gonna throw away. Who cares? Plus, like, why does it have to be, like, wintry? It's the beginning of November. It's fall, you idiot. Like, why does it gotta have snowflakes on it? Okay? This is fucking California. Shut up. It never snows here.
Yeah,
Global warming, motherfucker. There's no snowflakes on your cup and there's no water in California. Get over yourself. Yeah, I saw that article and just
very bizarre.
It just like made me laugh. It made me laugh anyway because my first instinct too, just because I am oh god, I'm such an asshole. But I'm like my immediate instinct is to be like, well, guess what? Like, you guys didn't invent Christmas. It was a pagan holiday. Ha ha ha. It's not Jesus' birthday. You guys really liked the pagan winter celebrations, so you forced it to be about Jesus so you could use it. Like, guess what? I guess you guys aren't that into Jesus either because you stole a pagan holiday. You guys hate pagans, but guess what?
I love Starbucks hat now. At least the one I looked at, they have like these stickers of mouths that you can put on your cups. They're really funny. And so when everyone was looking, I kept taking more and more of them. So I can just put them on like every sort of cup I have.
That's amazing. I haven't actually seen them yet. Like in real life.
I'm a rebel stealing Starbucks faces. They're just like mouths, but they're really funny looking.
Are they at like a lot of Starbucks or just that one? Because I've never seen them before.
I've seen them at, well, I wonder, are you only going to the one on campus? Because maybe the campus one just doesn't.
I've gone to like multiple Starbucks. I've
only
places.
been to the one here, but I'm just on their Twitter and they posted a photo of it. But I'm sure it'll slowly trickle.
I don't know. Also,
trickle? What the hell is
like
trickle? Okay.
I don't know if they like change the pastries that they have depending on the season, but I very regularly buy these like vanilla bean scones, and they stopped having them like 2 weeks ago, and I have a problem with that.
Why would they do that?
They must change it based on the season or something because,
I guess, they need more room for their stupid pumpkin cookies.
But why is vanilla bean not winter? Like, you think that would be even more winter than summer. Plus, it's not like there isn't room in the case. Like, come on.
Yeah, there's plenty of room.
Yeah, so I'm bitter about
that. That's a bummer. We should look up like a copycat recipe. I bet there has to have one.
I will, yeah. I'll make bread and scones.
Hell yeah.
For anybody that's listening to the podcast that I haven't actually told this to yet, I've been really into making bread lately.
Taylor goes hard for bread.
We've talked about before that we're really into bread.
But Taylor goes hard for bread.
Yeah, we've talked about before that we're really into bread, but I really like Kalamata olive bread, and so I've taught myself how to make it, and it's really good. I don't know if anybody that's listening is into like this sort of like more strong tasting like Greek olives, but if you are, you should try Kalamata olive bread. It's really good. It's good to just eat on its own because it like has a really nice flavor, but also it's good for like if you're, you want to spice up your sandwiches and stuff. It's like a cool like flavor to add.
Spice up your sandwiches, love life.
Oh my god. Especially if you have it with like other like Greek flavors too, like if you throw some like feta on there and stuff. Oh, it's so good.
Oh, that does sound good.
So good. But yeah, it's funny too because I just decided, I was like, you know what? I want to learn how to make bread. And so then I did. Turns out it's really not hard at all.
I remember I went to Maria's once and her mom had this disgusting looking vat of cream and I was like, Maria, I think that milk has gone bad. And she's like, no, my mom's making sourdough bread. You have to leave it out for a while. I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, and I want to get, here's the thing, like, I want to, like, get, like, sourdough starter and stuff, but you can't really find that here. Like, I need to go to the Bay Area just to get some, like, acquire some sourdough starter and then bring it back with me. Can I bring that? Will the TSA be upset?
I just love bread so much, please. I guess in theory, if you had carry-on, they wouldn't care, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they'd be like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, it's my snack?
It's a bomb!
My god.
Oh, man.
Yeah. The TSA is funny because, like, my dad almost always, every time he flies, he, like, almost forgets to take his, like, pocket knife out of his, like, pants. And it's so funny because he's always like, whoops, can't bring this on the plane. I'm like, Dad, I'm pretty sure that knife is, like, illegal anyway. He's like, okay, yeah, but it's even more illegal on a plane.
Is it, like, bigger than 2 inches?
Yes, good lord. What could you couldn't do anything with a 2-inch knife. That's like tiny.
I don't know. Well, I guess it's not supposed to hit any like major arteries. I guess.
Then like how are you gonna defend yourself? Yeah, no, my dad's is probably like 4 or 5. Is the legal limit for a knife really 2 inches?
I'm pretty sure.
Then I have a legal knife just in the back of my car.
Knife. California. I'm looking into that.
I should probably, whatever. Just say that on air. Illegal knives in my trunk. But, well, because, like, here's the thing. Like, if I have, like, a toolbox in my trunk just because, like, what if? And, what if I, like, blow a hose or something and I need to deal with it, But, like, I feel like a knife is something that's important to have because you never know, Like, that's something that I feel like is an important thing to have in my car. Just, like, I can't think of off the top of my head, like, an emergency situation in which I would need a knife.
Sorry, I'm looking up knives that are illegal in California. Switchblades. Spring-loaded knives. How are switchblades? Okay. I did not know that.
Oh, spring-loaded knives are... Then my dad's knife is even more illegal.
This cannot be right. Oh my god. Belt buckle knives. Apparently there's like a knife hidden in this belt. And you just take a buckle off and it's a knife. Oh, cane swords. Okay, yeah.
Excuse me?
Lipstick case knives. What?
Here's the thing. How would you know that somebody had words. How would you know that somebody had a lipstick case knife?
I don't know, but now that I know it's real, I want one. But okay, it's really switchblades. Okay.
I mean, there are certain things that I'm like not surprised. Like, I'm not surprised if like a spring-loaded knife is illegal and stuff like that. Like, just from the fact that, like, if a kid got a hold of it or something like that, but I mean...
Butterfly knives are illegal.
Well, I'm kind of not surprised by that.
I feel like people hurt... Okay, let's see. I don't know, but I feel like you'd hurt yourself more than everyone else, because everyone tries to do those stupid tricks with the butterfly knife and end up, like, slicing their hand open.
That's probably why they're illegal. Because they're just tired of people being idiots. Like, I see no reason for them to be illegal other than that. Like, it's just stupid. They, like, make them... I've seen the two. Like, I don't know why there was a picture of this online. Like, I don't know why this person was, like, trying to be cool. But they had, like, an iridescent, like, pink butterfly knife. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, for Logan's birthday, I got her this switch. It was a switchblade, but I don't know. Lost in Oregon probably don't care. I put a million guns everywhere. But, and it was like, so it's that green. It's supposed to be kind of like Jurassic Parky dinosaur-y. I'm like, okay, I got you something. And it was like super cheap because she was easy to please and she was in love with it. And her family was like, thanks. And I'm like, yeah, the beauty is I'm not there to watch her use it. I can just mail it to her from California and let her family deal with it.
I'm surprised.
But she was keeping like a fish knife in her car. I'm like, okay, here's like a real knife you can keep instead of like a fishing knife. It's not going to do anything.
Oh my god.
Genius.
Of course Logan has a fishing knife. We've been watching a lot of Jerry, and why in the South is it like a fun date idea to go fishing?
Yeah, it seems very common.
Like, that's a lot of the stories of, like there was this story about the dude that, like, made out with his cousin or whatever, and she was like, you took me fishing, what was I supposed to think? He was like, I don't know that we were just going fishing, like, what? He's like, you're my cousin, why did you try to make out with me? And she was like, you took me fishing!
And then his girlfriend comes out, and what did he say? Something like, well, my cousin helped us pay the bills, or something, so he felt, like, guilty for not...
Something like that. Like, he, like, felt really bad about it, because she, like, tried to kiss him, and he was like, no, you're my cousin, and it was, like, it was a weird thing. It was so weird.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the deal is with, like, that show and cousins.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make any assumptions that a lot of people have accents and like their cousins and go fishing, but it seems
it's a common theme. It will.
I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying, yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting coincidence. Correlation does not imply causation, and yet.
Yeah, we'll have to do some more researching.
Oh my god, yeah, let's research Jerry Springer. Jerry 101.
Jerry.
Honestly, the dream would be like, I think the dream podcast is that we would do a podcast from Connecticut and then go on Jerry Springer.
Oh man, we come back and talk about what happened.
That would, yeah, absolutely. Like, that's the dream.
Hey, tickets are free, man.
Right? Too bad
We
they're in
dream of
fucking
the interviewing
Connecticut.
Jerry Springer.
Who even lives in Connecticut?
No one.
No one except Jerry Springer and Maury Povich
Let
and
me
Steve
see.
Wilkos,
Things
apparently.
to do in. Well, I have to really type it out because it does not want to pop up.
Well, I mean, I could take a guess as to why.
Okay, apparently top 10 things. Okay.
To do in Connecticut?
Yale University Art Gallery. Okay, now that's exciting.
Is Yale in Connecticut? Who even goes to Yale, though? So it's like pretentious people and Jerry Springer in Connecticut.
Rory on Gilmore Girls went, okay? She's not pretentious.
I probably beg to differ, but...
Mark Twain House and Museum. Okay. Yeah, these are not... Oh, yeah, Yale is there, I guess. Opera House.
Here's the... Like, if I was in Connecticut, why would I want to go see Yale?
Aquarium.
Oh, aquarium, sign me up. Here's the thing. There's no way you can have, like, a good aquarium in somewhere like Connecticut, right? Like, that's, like...
No.
They're not,
There's no way.
Is Connecticut close to the water? Fuck.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really, like, depressing show of my U.S. geography.
Here's the top 10 things to do in Connecticut. Broadcast.
Here's hoping. Oh, I guess it...
Basically, there's nothing to do.
Oh, no, yeah. I forgot. I forgot where Connecticut was. I was thinking about it. I thought it was... What was I getting Connecticut confused with? I thought it was, like, closer... You know what I did? Is it was... Instead of putting it on the very east coast, I switched it to the other side of that little thing, and I thought it was closer to the Great Lakes, is what it was.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. I, like, somehow flipped it over and did, like, a stupid thing in my head. But, yeah. No, it's totally east coast.
Yeah, and there's nothing to do there.
I guess, here's the plan, though, right? So, we could go to New York and then visit Connecticut while we're there.
Train it over.
Because they're, like, right next door, right? Like, that's a thing that you can do on the East Coast, right? It's just, like, drive a few hours and be in another
like,
state.
all the time they just train it up to watch Jerry Springer for free.
Right, well, because, like, if you're on the East Coast, all the states are so close together, it would take you, what, like 2-3 hours maybe to get across the entirety of Connecticut?
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure they have to have some kind of BART or something, right?
They must. I mean, it's probably not BART, because that's a Bay Area thing, but it's
something similar.
For those that aren't from the Bay Area, the BART is like the subway.
But, like, upstairs.
It's, upstairs. It's like, I don't want to say brand, but it's like the company that does it. It's Bay Area Rapid Transit.
Yeah, so just like a transit train that's, like, not underground.
Yeah, I'm like, comparing the size of California to the size of, like, New York and Connecticut. I'm, like, scrolling back and forth. So if it's, like, 8 hours from SF to LA, it would only be, like, really not that long to get from New York to Connecticut. Maybe 3 hours or something like that, depending on where in New York you were. It'd be so fast.
So once we have enough money to fly to New York...
Oh my god.
I'm looking at Airbnb. Oh my
Airbnb
god, wow.
makes me uncomfortable a little bit.
For $15, you can sleep on this person's couch.
Which is why Airbnb makes me uncomfortable a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'd have to run out, like, an entire apartment or something to feel more comfortable, or... at least if you and I went, 2 people, I'd feel more comfortable than just me.
But even then, like, as a young woman, I don't think it's a good idea to stay in no matter who they are, like... I don't think it's a good idea to stay in somebody's house in a place that you're not familiar. Just because I feel like you want to have, like, because nobody would know you're there.
Or you just tell people.
Well, yeah, but, like, I mean, like, somewhere if you're staying, like, and, like, hotels are expensive, whatever, but, like, I feel like I'm less likely to get murdered because you have all this information. They know that you're there. Like, if you miss your checkout time, they're going to come look for you, like...
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But it would weird me out. Plus, I've seen too many, like, Airbnb horror stories, kind of like, people that were creepy and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. As a young woman, I'm scared to, like, stay in somebody's house. And it's unfortunate that that's the way that it is, but you know, it's just like, it would make me too uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, the only person I know there is Rebecca, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to hang out there, but...
Does she live in Connecticut?
No,
Or New York? Oh. Where in New York does she live?
I don't know, but she's going to school somewhere there.
Oh, all right.
Of course.
Helpful. My mom has been to New York a lot. She used to have to go for work a lot. And people are always surprised that I've never been. I was like, why would I have gone to New York? It's, like, so expensive. That's, like, such a rich people vacation. Like, oh, I'm going to New York City. Like, okay, calm down. Like I feel like that's...
I went with Jocelyn and my mom and my grandma, but I was, like, 10. And so I just remember, like, random weird snippets. Like, I think the best story I have is we were in, I think, the Guggenheim with my family in a, like, super, like, nice, whatever, museum. And my mom and my cousin got in a big fight, and my mom called her mom a cow, and then my cousin slapped my mom across the face, and everyone in the museum stopped and looked over and was like, because museums are dead quiet, because it's a museum. And granted, we were just, like, in, like, the ground floor. We weren't, like, really up, you know, where the museum really starts. And then, of course, my mom was like, come on, Marissa, we're going. And we got lost in Central Park, did not even find the zoo, just lost.
My God.
And then it was a big thing. But it was funny, you know? It was good memories. Good times.
That's actually so funny. I have never heard that story before.
It's so Jerry, and it says it didn't happen to me. I'm not embarrassed by it. Like, Jocelyn or my mom. More my mom, because she's an adult. And Jocelyn was like a snotty 15-year-old.
I was going to say, yeah, how old was Jocelyn at the time? Like 15, 16 or something like that?
Well, she's probably closer to 14. 14, 15. I was probably 10 or 11.
It kind of makes it even
right
funnier.
In between there.
That absolutely makes it funnier.
Yeah. And then she kept wearing, like, she had this, like, fake snakeskin jacket and skirt that she insisted on wearing.
Jocelyn or your mom?
Jocelyn. But people, like, creepy guys kept leering at her because she was very, like, a little overweight, so she just happened to be curvy, and no one could really say, hey, Jocelyn, by the way, maybe not wear that. And then we saw someone with, now as adults, we realize she had her nipples pierced, but at the time we were like,
you told me this story for one reason or another.
Yeah, she has 2 nipples on each side.
That's too funny.
But yeah, I was too young to really remember much of it, to really, you know, I mean...
Honestly, this is going to sound like, this might make me sound like a bad parent, but honestly, I don't think I would never take my kids on a vacation unless they, like, were... however many kids I have, unless they're all over the age of 8. Or, like, 9.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was old enough, but for New York, it's not really, like, a kid's
like,
vacation,
I would never take my kids on vacation unless they're going to be old enough to remember it. And that's not me being a cheap-ass parent. That's me saying,
Taylor,
like, it's going to be something that's, like...
We can just Photoshop our babies into these amazing places. Like, you don't remember? We took you all these places. Like, here are all these photos,
My God.
You know?
Right? Because it's, like, I see
8,
parents, like, taking their kids places, and I'm like... This is so expensive, and your child is 3. Like, what do you know? And it's not like I'm like, shitty kid, like, you know, whatever. You're not going to get to see anything nice till you're old enough. But, like, I don't know, because it's like you take your kid somewhere, and it's going to be something that's really special to you, going on a vacation with your child, but they're not going to have any memory of it. You know what I mean? That's, like, depressing to me. Like, oh, remember when we had this really fun time? They're going to be like, no, I was 4.
Yeah, when I babysit a lot, and I babysat for this. Granted, really, really, really sweet, nice family, and in my head, I want rich people to always be, like, you know, upset and cranky and whatever, so when I meet really nice rich people, I'm like, oh, man, now I gotta like you. But it's a really sweet family, and I hadn't seen them in a while, and they have, like, a baby, and they said that they went to Venice with their baby, and they had a special nanny that goes on trips with them for the baby, which, hello, how do I get on that? And they, like, chartered boats everywhere to go all these different places in Venice and all this place.
That's
and I'm
insane
like, oh wow, but yeah, your baby is a baby.
That's, like, so excessive. That is so excessive.
Yeah, and hiring a nanny there, like, I would just, if I had to go, you know, I really wanted to go, I would just be like, okay, Grandma, can you watch the kid for a week while I, you know, leave? But
yeah, like, I don't know. It seems to me, like, especially because then, like, you know, having a baby on a plane is just, like, terrible for everyone involved. And I'm going to sound like a shitty person for being like, oh, don't take your kids on vacation. It's a hassle for everybody else. But, like, your kid is not going to remember it. Like, I don't know, it seems weird to me that you would spend, like, all this money when you could just, like, push it back,
on
like,
such
you know,
a
even,
long
like,
flight.
yeah,
if
like
it's
4
like a couple hours,
4 or 5 years, spend the same amount of money, save up more money, do something even nicer, you know what I mean? Like, why would you try to create this special experience for your child, full well knowing that they're not going to remember it?
Yeah, when my grandma had all her 1,004 kids, I guess someone passed away in St. Louis, and she refused to take any like her babies on a plane, so she just trained it up from like train to train until she got there. She's like, "Nope, I'm not taking my baby on a plane. Not happening."
Yeah, baby and plane never goes well together. Like, okay, again, this is gonna make me sound like a terrible person, but I really don't care. I think there should be an option where you can have a more expensive plane ticket to be on a plane with no kids.
No baby.
Yeah, like, or the prices would be regular, but you could get a cheaper ticket to be on the kids' plane. Like, I know the kids' plane, it's not like a plane full of children, but you know
like
what I mean. Like
if
you're a commuter and you have you're like my mom. You live in you work in San Francisco. You have to go to New York for the week. Or like for a couple days. It's just a commuter flight. Like, you need to get worked on the plane. Like, whatever, you should be able to pay a little bit more to be on a plane where you know that you're not going to have to deal with
also they
crying.
could just as easily make like a separate spot in the back that's like a literal room and make it more soundproof and like not like a luxury thing, but just have like a seat and then maybe like an actual place to put the baby or a changing table, because also that sucks if the mom has to breastfeed on the plane. Like, talk about cramped, the bathroom isn't much better to do that in.
Like, plus, and it sucks too because so many people are so weird about breastfeeding. Like, because everybody in the world thinks that boobs are like a sex thing, which of course, like, to a degree they are. Fun fact, actually, Western culture's male fascination with boobs is actually considered a fetish because it's not a species-wide thing. It's like a Western culture, America, Europe thing. So by the way, so your male fetish with boobs, it unfortunately makes it so that women like basically can't breastfeed in public, which is so sad.
Say when she breastfeed me, a lot of creepy guys would come up to her and try and have full-on conversation with her, and I would have to be like, "No, please leave me alone. Like, I'm busy."
And it's so unfortunate because it's like a woman should be able to feed her child. Like, if you're giving your toddler a thing of applesauce in public, like, that's fine. But your like infant child needs to eat. Nope, you gotta do that in private. Like, God forbid somebody sees the side of your boob. Oh my God, the world is gonna fucking end because somebody saw your boob.
And for me, it's weird that like you see an actual child on the boob and you're still like, oh my God, a boob. Like, it's one thing if you see a boob, but once you see a baby on the boob, you should just stop and be like, oh, baby. Like, my sexual fetish desire is halted because there's an actual child. And it's weird that I'm fetishizing his mom. Like, that's a mom. Yeah, like, you had a mom once too who did the same thing to you. So
right, like, it's so dumb to me. And like, I don't really, I don't necessarily want to get into that whole like, fact that boobs are fetishized because they're not actually, because I don't know. I know that there is a lot of science, behind it and stuff like that, and I don't know enough about it to really actively, have a conversation about it.
Well, all I think about is in other cultures, it's not a big deal. Like, women in Africa all the time, topless, no big deal, obviously that's a totally different culture, but...
I mean, yeah, and it just goes to show that, like, and somebody was telling me one day, they're like, there's a scientific reason why men are attracted to boobs. I'm like, yeah, because it's a fetish taught in our culture. Like, they're literally... No, I
totally think it's societal. I think if you all of a sudden taught men that elbows were sexy and hot, I feel like in 50 years, elbows would be the thing. Like, I don't really think it matters what it is.
Yeah, we have to wear elbow covers all the time.
Yeah, I don't think it matters what part of the body it is. I think if that's what you're going to tell people is attractive and put in the media and tell your kids, like, oh, so hot, like, I just think it doesn't matter what it is.
It's like the same reason that it's really unfortunate that, like, schools have to enforce such strict dress codes and stuff, too. Like, your child is 10. Your daughter is 10, and she can't wear a tank top because some boy is going to be, like, fantasizing about her shoulders? Like, are you serious? She's a child. Like, what the... Like, like, it's one thing, like, okay, I get it if, you don't want like you have a limit on how short that shorts can be or something like that. Like, you know, if like I've seen a lot of girls
you don't want
that,
like an actual
you know,
butt cheek
are
falling
wearing
out,
shorts.
but...
Yeah, where it's like you can see half their ass and like something like that. I feel like, okay, that's not appropriate for somebody that's 13 to be wearing, you know, and not because, oh, men are going to be looking at you, but because you're a child. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and you should go to school feeling comfortable, not having to pull down your shorts, you know, every other...
exactly, yeah, and it's unfortunate, you know, it's like if your shorts are so short that I can, like, almost see up your ass, like, you know, and I'm not trying to be one of those people, it's like, it's a learning environment, it's a professional environment, you shouldn't wear blah, 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 but it's like, if you have to be 18 or older to, like, legally view a picture of something, you shouldn't be wearing something that exposes it when you're 13.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's like, if, you know, you have to be 18 to look at porn, legally, of course, you know, according to in the eyes of the law, you have to be 18 to look at a picture of somebody's ass, right? So, in theory, at age 13, you shouldn't be wearing something that only adults are supposed to be looking at. Like, I don't know how to describe it other than that, just because, like, it makes me uncomfortable when children are sexualized, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you can't wear, like, what was it in middle school? The straps of your tank top had to be...
It was like, I think it was like 2
as
fingers.
wide as 2 of your fingers. Yeah, and they would so get on you about it. And I was like, is this real? Like, why? You know,
what
like,
bugged me is, like, the shorts or whatever had to be your fingertip, which, like, makes sense, but, like, so many girls have longer arms or shorter arms or taller.
Yeah, like, I'm, like,
it's
standing up right now. I'm gonna see, like, so my fingers... When I'm standing up perfectly straight, I don't know if this is going to fuck up the mic because I'm a little farther away now, but my fingers reach to maybe, like, the middle of my thighs. Like, if I move my hands back, it reaches to, like, kind of right underneath my ass. Like, that would be, like, a little bit short for me now to wear and feel comfortable. Let alone,
and they only
you know,
called out certain girls all the time. Like, so many people got away with it.
You know what? They only called out the
people.
curvy girls. They only call out the curvy girls.
Yeah.
I got told one time that my shorts were too short. Let it be known also that I was wearing, like, tights underneath them. This is when, by the way, 6th grade.
God.
How old are we in 6th grade? Like 11?
12.
Like 11
yeah,
or 12? Age 12. Okay, this is how ridiculous this is. I was told that my shorts were too short, which, first of all, they really were not, okay? Like, if I put my arms to them, they really were not too short. And I was wearing tights. I was wearing black tights underneath them because that was like an in thing to do at the time back in middle school was denim shorts with like leggings underneath.
Yeah.
So basically I was wearing pants. I was basically wearing pants. You could not even see my leg. But God forbid, because I, you know, have always had an ass, on me it looked like my shorts were way shorter.
I know, that's crazy because it's just like, It's weird to think too that like that happens. Yeah, they call out, like, the curvier girls because you look more grown up or more like a woman, like, but then in society, everyone loves the girls that look like children, that, like, look like they could be 12, you know, and they're 25 or whatever.
Yeah, it's just, it's such a weird thing to me, and I remember distinctly, I came home, and I remember telling my mom about it, because I came home, and my mom was like, what, you know, like, what happened? Like, I thought you were wearing, like, your shorts and leggings. I was like, well, I was, but they made me change. My mom was like, what are you talking about? You were wearing leggings under... You were basically wearing pants. If I had been wearing the leggings without the shorts, they wouldn't have said a thing to me. But because I was wearing the I was wearing 2 pairs of pants! 2 pants! And it's just... It goes. I think we talked about this on one of the first episodes of the podcast, is that, like... It's really unfortunate when, like, okay, I don't have a huge amount of boob. Like, Marissa has more boob than I do, so she experiences this particular part more than I do. But, like, when you're, like, slightly curvier, like, you have an ass or you have boobs, everything automatically looks like like, you know, I don't want to say skanky because, like, it's not necessarily skanky, but, like, you know, people view it as that. And we've talked about this before. It's like, you know, me in the shorts or whatever getting told at age 12 that my shorts are too short and I have to change. You know, it's like, it's ridiculous because it's like, you know, anybody else could have been wearing, you know, we have this friend that we've always, you know, that we've known forever. She's really tall and really skinny, right? If she had been wearing those same shorts, they could have been shorter than that. And they would not have told her to change because she never had a butt. She never
got
had a
away with
butt.
a lot of things. And like tall gazelle legs, like hello, that's a lot of leg. And we have like stumps compared to her legs.
Right? And it's like it's just it sucks a lot because it's like, you know, I want to wear cute stuff, but it's like I have to be really careful because of just the sheer amount of ass that is present on my body. I did not choose this, you know, I didn't choose the ass life. The ass
The
life
volume
chose
and mass
me.
of ass exceeds
You know, and it's unfortunate because it's like
amount.
I have certain skirts and stuff that are really cute and like, you know,
But yeah, they just
like a skinny girl could wear them to class. People be like, oh, how cute is your skirt? You know, whatever. But if I wear it, people are like, oh, are you going somewhere? Like, are you, you know, oh, what's going on? Like, they assume I'm trying to dress up. And it's like, no, I'm just wearing a skirt because it's 100 degrees out and I don't want to wear jeans.
What's weird too is with skirts Taylor and I get is it'll be like longer in the front than it is in the back.
It's a mess. Yeah, it's like you can't bend over. Like,
I'm not trying to wear a short skirt. In the front, it's a total reasonable length, okay? In the back, it's a whole other story.
It's like,
and
I'm not trying to look like a stripper, okay? Like, it's just because everything is automatically tight on me. Like, I can't do anything about it because it's like, my like waist to hip ratio is stupid. So it's like for something to fit on the top, because I am not like a large individual, okay? Like I'm 5'4", like, you know, there's not a lot of person here, okay? But like because my hips are just like a little bit wider, it means that, you know, it's like nothing ever really fits because it's like for something to fit me like a dress or something to fit me on the top, it has to be a smaller size. You know, because I don't have a lot of boob, like whatever, you know, so it fits me on the top just fine, and it ends up being tight on my butt, and like, okay, whatever, that's fine, you know, I'm gonna rock it, whatever, fuck you, you know, but it just ends up looking like, unfortunately, like way more like, oh, what is she wearing? Like, oh my god, you know.
Measurements are so weird because I think on the bottom I'm a large, and then I'm like a medium. Or like a small in the waist or medium on top. I don't know, like everything it says I'm like a different size. Like for a while I was a small in the boob, a medium in the waist, and a large on the bottom. I was like, oh, okay, like this cannot be right. I need like one consistent size.
Right.
Please. So every time I'd have to check the sizes and figure it out. And
like,
Taylor and I are not like abnormal looking. We're just normal.
Yeah, it's like I have dresses and stuff. Like I have this really cute dress that I love. I like to, you know, I wear it all the time. And I bought it for my graduation. This was high school graduation. And obviously I'm not graduated college yet. God, it's going to be like 10 years. But anyway, I was buying a dress for high school graduation. And I have not changed at all body-wise since high school. So naturally I can still wear it. Lucky me. But I wish I had changed slightly. But, you know, whatever. But...
Don't we all?
Yeah, and it's... Yeah, right, because I still look 12. But anyway, I went and I looked at the measurements online and I was like, okay, perfect. Like this, you know, I think I ordered a medium. I wear a medium in most like women's size clothes. And so I was like, okay, look at these measurements. It's, you know, whatever like measurement it is. And, you know, cause I like things really fitted at the waist. You know, I like the way that looks. And so I was like, perfect, this dress is going to be super fitted at the waist. It's going to be really cute. Because I like the ones that are fitted at the waist and then flared out at the bottom. Because it makes me look good because I have wider hips. You know what I mean? So it can make me look really good.
Yeah, like an A-line kind of.
Exactly, yeah. And I was like, oh, perfect, this is going to be so cute. And I got it. And like the measurement online was exactly the measurement of my... I don't remember what it was. It was like 26 or 20, whatever it was. Something dumb. And I was like, okay, perfect. Like, this is exactly the measurement of my waist. And then I put it on, and it was too big. And I was like, what is this? Like, and so I get aggravated with girls' clothes because I'm like, oh, I see now. They're making this for somebody with this waist measurement, implying that they're going to want room. Mm-hmm. And I was like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just make the waist measurement of the garment? So that if you have a small...
that doesn't make any sense.
And because here's the thing, some companies do that and some don't. So you don't know what you're getting. You know, and so it's like, why don't you make it the waist size of the garment, so if I want it really fitted, I'll buy, you know, say, for example, okay, so we'll just use, like, okay, whatever, 26, like, okay, so I was like, okay, if I'm 26, which I don't think I am anymore, but, you know, it's like, okay, you know, I want this to fit exactly. Perfect, I'll buy 26. And then say you're a tiny girl, and you're like, oh, you know, let's see, I'm gonna measure my waist, all right, 24, you know, if you're, you know, super tiny or whatever. And you're like, okay, perfect, 24, but, you know, I don't want it to be super tight, so I'll buy the 26, because I want a little room to move around. Like, that's how that should go. They shouldn't make the room adjustments for you. Like, if I'm buying something that's a certain measurement, it's because I want it to be that measurement. Like, I want it to be fitted. Like, I had to go get it altered because it didn't fit me because their measurements were a lie.
Or what's weird to me, too, when they measure the clothes, like, flat rather than around your waist.
Oh,
like,
God,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea what that means. Like, okay, thanks.
Yeah, because it's like...
Thanks for nothing.
Yeah, because they're saying how wide something is, but that's not accounting for, like, how wide you are, like, across. You know, like, okay, great, I can measure, like, how far it is across my hips. But, like, that doesn't help me because guess what? I probably have way more ass than their mannequin.
Yeah, I usually always order a size up just because everything's, like, freakishly small. Even if it is my measurement. I'm like, I don't know.
I haven't been able to find a bathing suit bottom that actually fits me in forever. Like, I just want, if anybody's listening to this podcast that knows where I can just get a solid black bottom for a bikini that's preferably slightly high-waisted so it'll actually look good on me, okay? But if anybody knows where I can get that, please send it to, like, our email or leave it in the comments or something, because I have been looking for a solid black bathing suit bottom forever, and I can't find it. I can't find it. The only bathing suit bottom that actually fits me properly is fucking leopard print. Okay, I guess I could just dye the leopard print one.
Yeah, I guess you could.
If it really comes down to it, I wouldn't be opposed to it, because I have the top. If I really wanted to wear leopard print again, okay, I could wear the leopard print top with it, but if I was gonna be crazy like that, but yeah, it's like, I have one, and it's the exact cut that I want. Maybe I'll just buy fabric and make one. And just measure the exact cut that this one that I have is, because it's like, I can't find it. Like, I even in like a large, it's so small. Like, why do they make bikini bottoms so small? Like, I don't understand it. I don't understand. I just want to.
Here's a good news thing. British man creates app that filters out all mentions of their Kardashians.
Oh my god, I'm gonna download it, please. I am so tired of them. That's like too funny.
Oh man. That's really funny.
Honestly, is that like an Onion article or is that real?
It seems real. It's
because that man is living the dream.
He's 21, which filters out any mention of Kim, Kanye, Kris, Kendall, Khloe, and Kourtney, and Kylie from these newsfeed because he was tired of being bombarded with the Kardashian/Jenner news. Basically, what was happening was that there were Kardashians everywhere, and I wanted to do something about that, he said. But for me, when I follow pages, I'm not doing it to get a constant stream of updates on the Kardashians. That's really funny.
Like, I don't have a personal beef with them, because obviously none of them have personally wronged me. But I just get tired of hearing about them because there's no reason for them to be famous other than that they all got plastic surgery, like, and are kind of scary looking. Like, I don't know. I'm so tired of hearing about them, like... You know, I get that, you know, there's multiple Kardashians or whatever that have obviously, like, you know, created, like, you know, a clothing line and whatever, and they're successful, fine, whatever. But there's literally no reason for them to be as famous as they are. And I'm tired of hearing about them when there are people that I'm actually interested in that I won't ever hear about. Because they're just everywhere. And, like, I'm not trying to be an annoying hipster about it and be like, I don't like them because they're mainstream. But, like... I'm tired of it because they're famous for no reason. They don't have any talents. Like, if I want to see somebody in my newsfeed, I want it to be like, oh, listen to this girl. She can sing really well, or like, you know, whatever. Like, I don't want constant updates about people that don't do anything. It's like, oh, Kylie Jenner posted a picture on Instagram, and that's a news article?
Yeah.
How is that
it's
news?
Funny because I know Kim has done a lot of, like, entrepreneurial stuff, but that's never the stuff we even hear about. Like, okay, like, let's say she has done all this stuff. Like, can I hear about her actual business if it's going to be in the news? Otherwise...
Right? Like, obviously, like, she has the potential to be such a role model for women, you know, and having her clothing line and doing all this entrepreneurial stuff and, like, you know, whatever.
But you never hear about it. Never.
Right? And that's really unfortunate because it's like, there's so much potential there for her to be, like... you know, somebody to look up to because she, like, you know, did all this, you know, whatever, and has all, you know, this crazy stuff, whatever, but it's just unfortunate because now it's just, like, I don't think of her as being this, like, business-savvy woman. I think of her as being kind of an idiot because I'm like, okay, she's famous for no reason, bye.
Because I feel like with Kim, I think she has, like, I I feel like maybe this is going to sound dumb, but I feel like she's smart but not educated. I feel like she just talks like a valley girl because that's how she was raised. So I feel like even if she says something smart, she sounds dumb because she's just like, huh?
I kind of feel that. I can see
because
that.
sometimes she'll say something normal, and I'm like, well, like that's not totally dumb, but like it's just how you talk. I automatically just feel like you're dumb. Sorry, and I know I can't talk about it, but I know she's done a bunch of other stuff. Of course, after she was already famous for her reality show.
Right.
But
And I don't know. It's unfortunate to me too because they're all like so fake, kind of, and it's like it's really unfortunate that like those are the people that now young girls have. Like that's the female role models right now. Though, like
I
those
think
are the
Kendall
only...
would probably be my favorite just because she didn't change anything, and she's just like, I mean, she only became a model obviously because she's a Kardashian. I'm sure she's talented and whatever, but she's like tall and thin, and that's perfect what she wants to do. Where like Kylie, of course, who knows what she did with all her assets.
Yeah. And it's like it's just really unfortunate to me that like now that like that's what young girls have to look up to is like these people that like think that they have to get plastic surgery or they have to be fake to be happy with themselves. Like, and that's so unfortunate to me because it's like, I got lucky in the sense that like my mom was always like, super down to earth about stuff. Like she was, she never really like was the one that was going to value people that were fake. And like, she read like fashion magazines and stuff because whatever, she's, a woman in her 40s, what are you going to do? But, and it was, I just got lucky in the sense that like, I learned a lot about myself in the sense that like, I'm happy with the way, and, I don't feel the need to be fake to feel good about myself, I guess. Like, I used to be really self-conscious about the fact that I don't have, like, a lot of boob, and, like, and when I say that, like, I'm technically a D, but it's only because I have, like, small ribs. Like, anybody that's ever...
It drives me crazy that people don't understand how cup sizes work. Oh my god, you're a D, you're so cute. Just like, yeah, but you have to factor in like your rib cage measurements.
Right, it's like people don't understand. It's like, no. Like the only reason I even wear a D at all because A, it's Victoria's Secret and they're the only ones that make bras that I find they're actually comfortable. And B, it's like, okay, like it's just because that I, need a smaller band size, so the ratio is different. Like, you know what I mean? And it's stupid.
But it's not even that hard to think about. Like, if you take like a big 200-pound woman, her band size is who knows what. Even if she doesn't have a lot of boob, her bra cup size is going to say something crazy just because her ribs are so big. Yeah. But if you have really, really narrow ribs, it just people are stupid.
Right? Like technically, like if like for like a visual of it, I guess the best way I can describe it is like imagine like a B cup boob, right? That's like my size of boob, but technically half an inch, and now you have a D size, the D sister size to that, and that's how that works. That's how that works.
Yeah, it's a sliding scale. So 32D would be also a 34C, which could also be a 36B, or so to speak. It's like a funny sliding scale to kind of try and find the right bra.
And so luckily, it's like you can wear all three usually without that much issue. Which means that, because a lot of times, and it's really unfortunate that for, bigger busted ladies, that a lot of, companies don't make actual comfortable bras. And so I get lucky in the sense that, like, I can wear almost everything because I'm a D, but I'm not actually a D. So it's like, even if they don't make it in...
Yeah. If your boobs are too small or too big, Victoria's Secret will not cater to you, and that sucks. Or a lot of bra companies in general.
I don't know, but yeah. And so it's like, I used to be super self-conscious about that, and like the fact that I like didn't have a lot of boob, and I used to wear push-up bras all the time because I was like, self-conscious about it, and I was like, everybody, like, boobs, like, everybody loves boobs, but now I'm just like, you know what, I don't have a lot of boob, and that's fine, like, and I'm like, I'm glad I've reached that point in my life where I'm like, I'm just happy with, like, I would never, get, like, plastic surgery or anything, because it's like, why, like, I might as well, like, come to terms with what I have and try to change it, because it's like, in theory...
Pay off that college debt a little bit. Pay off that college debt a little bit.
Right, and it's like, and it's, and I'm of course not one to preach about, love yourself, because I hate myself all the time, but it's like, at least like physically I'm happy with myself, you know what I mean? It's like, and I'm glad I've reached the point in my life where I'm like, I don't feel like self-conscious about the fact that I don't that I don't have boobs like everybody says are really, the ideal figure or whatever. Like,
which, again, we know that people only like boobs because of weird fetish anyway, so.
Right, yeah, and it's like,
So,
you know what,
F
that's
that.
fine. Like, small boobs are great because there's a lot of stuff I couldn't wear if I had bigger boobs,
Oh, yeah.
like, plus my boobs are creepily stared at a lot less. So you know what, I'm cool with it. That's fine. I don't gotta have my boobs hanging out all the time for attention, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather have people, like, pay attention to me because of, like, who I am and because they're, interested in what I'm talking about than just like, oh, here's a girl talking about something. Like,
I feel like the only time plastic surgery one time, I tell her another story, my aunt flashed me, and it's like, it's something, it's ingrained in my brain.
This is Auntie Liz, by the way, for the viewers.
This
is recurring character Auntie Liz.
She's a big girl. And, she, could benefit from a little help. But I can't stop thinking about it because I'm scared for life. Therapy helped me. But yeah, so maybe if you literally scar people, and her body's only because, yeah, she gained quite a bit of weight and she's 50 and oh my god, what's wrong with my family, Jerry? Yeah. But yeah,
my god,
I think me, and I'll never be the same.
It's like, it's so unfortunate to me too that a lot of, like, older women, especially, older men don't have to do anything, but it's unfortunate that a lot of older women, especially, in LA and the Bay Area and stuff, feel the need to have, like, plastic surgery and get work done and stuff like that because our society has, like, created this image that, like, women aren't supposed to age. And it's like, it just, like, makes me sad inside, you know what I mean? Because it's like, my mom is 50, my mom looks great.
Your mom
she doesn't have to get plastic surgery. She looks 50, but my mom is a beautiful woman.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Really
like,
shape, she runs.
Yeah, she looks great because she looks 50. You know what I mean? I think she's 51 or 52. Not shit. I'm sorry, Mom. She's not listening to this podcast, but I'm sorry, Mom. But you know what I mean? And, like, I have a lot of appreciation for that because we grew up in such an area when people were so into plastic surgery and Botox and all this crazy shit, and it's like, I don't know, it's like I have an appreciation for the fact that for, like, older women that are okay with looking their age because they always look better.
Yeah, like my mom, like, she never really exercises, and she's a little curvy, but she's not crazy overweight, and she looks good, and she rocks it. Yeah, your mom looks good,
and it's just, it makes me sad that, like, famous people and stuff over the age of, 50, like, a lot of, not all of them, obviously there's something to be said, there are a lot of, women that, and especially now, that are, that are getting older and are choosing to, just be what they actually look like and not try to change it to, make people happy or whatever, and it just makes me sad that, like, there, for such a long time, like, that was the stigma, is that, like, oh, if you're older 50, you have to try to look younger, God forbid you look how old you are, like, I don't know, it's just really unfortunate to me that, like, there's a lot of, really, older women that are attractive women, but feel the need to change themselves because they don't feel like they look young enough.
If guys could just learn to love women their age, maybe they wouldn't have such a problem.
Oh, God. I don't even want to get started about that.
But it's funny because, yeah, the rule of thumb is like, oh, my God, men get distinguished. George Clooney, who's, like, not even that great looking. And then, women get, like, haggy. Like, not that I feel that way, but that just seems like the general public consensus, which sucks because, like, say you're a guy and you're 50 and you're a little overweight. Like, it's going to be hard for you to get in shape, but still not nearly as hard as a woman that age because you have so much, guys have that testosterone, helps them build muscle, and women's bodies literally just want them to be fat to have babies.
I think women, like, I think women's bodies deteriorate faster than men's do. If
I
remember correctly.
And they have a lot more parts to, hang,
Oh, God, yeah.
They have a problem with. I mean, my mom...
I'm trying to think of female celebrities that look really good, and there's one, and I can't remember, what is her name? But she looks really good, and she's like...
Oh, yeah.
Helen Mirren.
Oh, yeah, she does look good.
Yeah, she looks really good because she
Meryl
looks
Streep.
like... Meryl Streep also, yeah, looks really good because they look like how old they are. And they're just classy, lovely women.
That is so true. And, like, my mom, Taylor and I are a little bit difference of opinions because my mom, unfortunately, she became like
Marissa loves surgery.
do not. No, but my mom, she was a cosmetic nurse, so she did Botox and Restylane, and she met a lot of crazy people. So just growing up next to that is a little different. But
I feel like if I was around all those crazy people, you'd think it would like turn you off from that. Like, I mean, I guess it depends too, because it's like if I'm around,
I think what my mom came from it is like there is such a beauty in subtlety, because like the general idea is like, oh my god, you get Botox, your face is frozen. That's because there's a lot of crazy people that think they have to do their whole face. Well, it's because
also people get fucked up Botox because you're injecting poison into your face.
Want to keep selling them units, and whatnot. So it's like, yeah, like if you do like a little bit here or there, you know, it makes you feel better, whatever, get rid of your crow's feet, fine. But when you do your entire face, I have a friend, Taylor and I are in our 20s, unfortunately, call AARP, and he did a lot of Botox on his face. Our age. Granted,
oh god, he looks so terrifying. How old is he? 20, 21? Is he 21 yet, or is he still 20?
No, 20. I think he's got to be 20. I hope so, God. But anyway, and
it would almost be better if he was 21. Like, I could be less associated with him.
Well, I was just thinking if he was 19, but I think he's at least 20, I hope. I don't remember. I can't ask him or he'll be mad. He's mad if I don't, like, know his life story. But anyway, and my mom doing that for so many years, that she looked at the photo and she was like, oh, like, she's like, I could already tell that doctor, like, did not do an amazing job, and, like, they did all this weird stuff, and he pretty much did his whole face, and, oh, man. It's just, you know, any sane doctor, if you go there when you're 20 years old, they should turn you away, or
they
at least
shouldn't do it. Yeah.
Yeah, most normal.
It's just like, it's like how tattoo artists, like, a lot of them won't do tattoos if you come in and you're drunk. Like, it's the same thing. If you're too young and you don't know what you want yet, you shouldn't be able to do something permanent that could potentially fuck you up.
I tell her, and I, not that we have 1,000 listeners, but I'm trying to word things carefully. But I have a friend of a friend who had plastic surgery done, and she wanted to save money, so she decided that she would stay awake during her, you know, boob job, basically. And I was talking to my friend, and I was saying, you know, a reputable, like, good plastic surgeon would not do that. Hands down, they would say, nope, you're going to be asleep because, no.
Yeah, because this is very dangerous.
It's dangerous and whatever, but they're like, oh, no, like, she wanted to save money on anesthesia. It's like, yeah, but she in the long run, she only saved $1,000, and her whole procedure, I think, was only $8,000, which is, like, not that much considering, like...
Which, okay, is a huge chunk of money, first of all, but, like...
No, it's a huge chunk of money, but on, like, the sliding scale that is plastic surgery, it's on the lower end, because she went to the doctor, and the next day he did the surgery.
Yeah, it's, like, it's one of those things that it's, like, obviously it's a giant chunk of money, but for something like that, that's wary. That's a little bit sketchy.
Yeah, and oh man, so yeah,
we were talking about too, men liking people their own age. Like, it's just funny to me because, like, I have like mixed feelings about, like, age differences. Like, okay, my thing is, if you're both adults, that's fine. You know what I mean? You could have 20 years between you. I don't care. But as long as one of you doesn't look like a child.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It weirds me out.
And has the intelligence of an adult. You know,
no, exactly. It weirds me out when 45-year-old dudes like girls that look like they're in high school. You know what I mean? Like, you know, if you're, you know, whatever, if you're 20 and you're dating somebody that's 30, I don't care. As long as you're both adults, that's fine.
Yeah, and yeah.
Plus, it's funny too because you were talking about getting rid of crow's feet. Like, it's funny to me that, like, that there's such a stigma about that stuff because, like, I don't know if this is just, like, a me thing, but, like, I was talking about this yesterday with somebody, but I was, oh my god. But I was talking about this yesterday, and I was saying that, like, there's something, like, that's more attractive to me about people that have something unique or interesting about them. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, I wouldn't necessarily want somebody that's had a bunch of work done to remove all that stuff because it's, you know what I mean? Like, there's something to me that's, like, you know, intriguing and attractive about, especially dudes, you know, when they smile and their eyes do the crow's feet thing. Like, that's something that's very attractive to me. You know what I mean? Because it's like, I don't know what about it is very attractive, but, like...
Or, like, my cousin occasionally snorts when she laughs. I'm like, you know, that is so... whatever, but it's kind of cute because, like, what the heck? Like, it's just, and then it makes me laugh because it catches me off guard. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and it's like people try to get rid of that stuff, but it's, I don't know, it's like, I like stuff like that because it makes people interesting and unique and different. And I was talking to my roommate the other day, and she was like, somehow I knew that you would like dudes that have that, and I was like, I don't know what that means, but, like, I accept that.
She knew you would like the crinkle?
I guess. I don't know how she like gathered that, but it was just funny. And I was like, whatever. And I guess I don't know, it's like, I guess it's because it's also like a confidence thing too. It's like, you feel good enough about yourself that you're not going to try to change anything. You know what I mean? You're like, yeah, because that happens I'm totally going to have that. Like, when I smile, that my eyes do that, that, like, crinkle thing, too. I'm totally going to have that. But I don't know. I think it's because it makes people look friendly.
No, I think so, too. And, for me, couple crow's feet are okay, but when you have, like a whole, like, flock of crow's feet, and I'm like, whoa. Then I'm
pretty sure when you're 80, you're going to be full of surgery. I've decided. You love surgery.
Hot as hell. I'm going to steal your grandpa, man. Hopefully, because I don't think I think I'm too much of a wuss bag, but I'd like to get LASIK eventually, and like see my eyes.
LASIK scares me. The idea of LASIK scares me.
I don't want to talk about it because it freaks me out, but I'm hoping by the time I do it, we can just like do some kind of futuristic thing, and like, just like beep. But yeah. I don't know why. Why can't, I know why they can't put you to sleep, because they don't want you to like accidentally move your eye. But why can't they just figure that out by now? Like, I don't know.
Because they can't control your REM sleep, probably.
But why can't they do that in the 21st century?
What?
It irritates me. Because, like, yeah.
We haven't even sent a person to Mars, and you want them to control your, like, rapid eye movement in your sleep? How the fuck?
Absolutely, but it's freaky because they slice off, like, the top goo part of your eye. It's like a window that they open, and they scramble around, like, your eye bits, and then they close the little window, and you're good to go.
But here's the thing about LASIK. Don't you have to get it redone also? Like, doesn't it not last forever?
I guess the idea is, like, the more set your vision is, the longer it will last. Like, if I got mine 5 years ago, it would be done, because I'd have to get a new prescription the next year. So, yeah, the older you get it. So if you're, like, 30, it's probably going to last you 20 plus years, and if you're younger, whatever.
I just can't fathom the idea of like paying so much and going through that for something that there's even a chance that it wouldn't last forever. Like, if I'm gonna shell something out for that, it better last for my entire life. Like, are you kidding me?
By the time I'm like an old person, like, who cares if I need glasses? Like, I'd like to just be a young person and have glasses for like a couple of years, and I'd be happy.
Yeah, it's always funny too to me, like, 'cause there's a lot of people that like insist that they look better without glasses, and I'm not like talking about you specifically, be like, Marissa looks like shit without glasses. But like there's a couple people that I know that I'm not like gonna name names, because it's not anybody that's ever gonna listen to this podcast, you know what I mean? But because whatever, we have like 3 viewers anyway, so trust me, it's none of you guys, haha. But I know a couple people that I used to know, I guess, back in like high school or whatever, that like that for like formal events, they would always take off their glasses, and they think they look so much better. Like, there are some people that look way better with glasses on. Like, and it's not people like, oh, it's just because you know them with glasses. It's like, no, it complements their face, like, and it looks nice, because some people don't know how to not have glasses.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like it's like some people like look so good with glasses. They just look better with their glasses on. But they're always like, oh, it's a formal event, I have to take off my glasses. I'm like, no, like, you look so much better. Like, if you're trying to look hot, put those glasses back on, girl. Like, come on, get it together.
Yeah, I guess for me, it's just like, I like to be able to like do my makeup and see what's going on, or like, not fall asleep with like my vision like all messed up because like my glasses are being smushed, or like, oh, they're constantly blurry, so I constantly like, and like can't see, but I'm like, oh, whatever, I just, and the whole like clean them off and make them worse.
Oh god.
And I think it would just be nice to notice, like, because I do have contacts and I will wear them for formal occasions, but only because I can't justify the hassle of contacts, which I know for some people that they're not a hassle at all, but for me, they're such a hassle that I could not deal with them every day. So I'm like, oh, well,
because you have like special ones too for your like whatever super astigmatism or whatever you have going on there.
Da, da, da. Yeah, well, yeah, mine are so expensive, and they make you buy them in the pairs, so you can't just buy like a pair. They made me literally buy 3 pairs.
Why would they? What is the point of that? I don't understand.
They're sons of bitches. I don't know, but so anyway, like, I just had them forever, but yeah, so we'll see. But I think I'm too much of a wuss to do it, because it's really freaky.
The idea scares me.
Oh god.
Like,
yeah, it's terrifying.
Weird like face.
You know what terrifies me is I see Groupons for LASIK, and you have the option of doing one eye. Do you need a Groupon to buy one eye of LASIK?
Maybe. I was thinking about this because you mentioned this, and I like put some thought into it, and I'm thinking that I might have figured it out. Because what if you accidentally fuck up one eye doing something?
I guess you like.
Then you'd
stare
be able
into
to. Then
the
you'd be able to
sun.
fix it. Well, it's just you stare into the sun with one eye.
One eye.
I
Yeah,
meant
I
like
don't
you know maybe
know.
you like whatever work in construction and you fucked up one of your eyes accidentally
Oh,
got something in
maybe,
it
yeah.
or that's what because I had to put some serious thought into it because I was like okay why would you only need surgery in
But
one
like
eye?
LASIK, you think wouldn't fix that stuff. LASIK is like really just to like. I don't know how it works. It's like so future. I don't know, but they jumble things around, so I don't know how they would do it if you had like. Whatever. Oh, also, if you do welding, you can't get what is it? An MRI, just at the chance that there might be tiny little pieces of metal like in you.
Oh God.
So you can't. Yeah, I can't get an MRI.
So because you at one point did welding for like a day or whatever, like
No, I don't think that really counts because I always wear glasses and goggles.
oh yeah, okay. Because
So
I was like,
think I'm
is it
fine,
like
but-
affecting you forever now because you did welding for like a week once or whatever it was?
Yeah, if it was like my career, yeah, I think it'd be a bigger issue.
Yeah, that seems kind of I don't know. That seems kind of weird.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just like terrifying.
I've never actually had to get an MRI.
I think I
but-
had one just for my head because once I had a headache for like 2
Was
to
it an
3
X-ray
months.
or an MRI though? Because I've
MRI.
had to get X-rays of my head before.
Oh, yeah, MRI is for like brain scanning thing, and then X-ray is
Oh,
just
yeah.
like whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I had
Yeah,
to
they
get
had-
X-rays of my entire jaw before.
Oh no! For what? For your dentist?
For that tooth thing that I had.
Oh, yeah. Well,
the
I did
broken
that,
tooth
but-
thing. Yeah. But they had
Yeah.
to do like special because it was so far back. I
Yeah,
had to go
I've done
somewhere
that
special
before.
so they could X-ray my entire head because it was just
I would
so
do that
ridiculous.
a lot as a kid because I really was so sensitive with this when they had to stick like the huge things of film in the back of your teeth because now you can just bite on something smaller, but I could not do that. I would gag and I would just like involuntarily cry because it was really messing me up. So I'm like, okay, forget it. What else can I do? And then they
Yeah,
send
they
me
always
to do
cut
that.
up my gums.
Yeah, they hurt. And, like, it's funny because when I went to the dentist, I was a little older, but still kiddish, but still, like, probably, like, 14. And they're like, oh, we're going to do x-rays. And this was before I realized that they, like, made the technology better. And I started crying because I'm like,
Oh,
oh
no.
God, I hate the x-rays because they
Just
make
like the
me...
Pavlovian response, your instinct is to just cry when
Yeah,
somebody
because
says
as a
X-ray.
kid, they'd make me gag and so badly that I would almost throw up, and I just, like, hated it. And then they thought I was afraid of the dentist, and I wasn't going to say, no, I'm afraid of the x-rays. I don't care about
How
the
are
drill.
you not afraid of the dentist?
I have to go so often. I just had to like make peace with it.
Yeah,
I think
that's
if I
true.
don't go for a long time, then I get nervous. But like for a while, I was going like once a week, and now I'm going like once a month. But
Yeah, I guess for me,
I
it's
just
like
get used
every
to it.
time I'm at the dentist, it's associated with like pain because I'm so
Yeah.
fucked up all the time.
Well,
that it's just
I make sure she gives me like two shots because I guess some people are just born with extra nerves in their mouth, and of course I was one of those people. So one shot didn't do anything. So every time I'm like, okay, make sure you give me extra.
Yeah, did I tell you about the time? I might have told you about this. I don't remember that my dad had to have like a root canal or a filling or something like that. I think it was something pretty extreme. It was like a root canal or something. And my dad is like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with my dad because he's like not sensitive to Novocaine at all. Like they gave him a bunch of Novocaine and all of a sudden he was like wincing. Then I was like, can you feel that? And my dad was like, yeah. And then it's like, do you want? My dad was like, no, just go for it. Just do it.
Yeah, that's really weird. I wonder if he's just born like that or like
I don't know. My dad also has really bad reactions to morphine too. Like it makes him just immediately sick.
Oh man,
So he
yeah,
can't.
weird.
So at one point when I don't know if I mentioned this on the podcast, but at one point he crashed his bike and had to he fucked up his shoulder so bad. They had to tie the tendons back together, I guess. It was like some new crazy thing, but he couldn't be on morphine because every time they give him morphine, he'd just throw up. Like it just made him sick immediately. So he just had to like sit there and suffer because he just couldn't have morphine.
I knew this woman, and she had she did like a lot of drugs in her life. So when she shattered her leg while skiing, nothing would help her because her body was so used to like the bajillions of drugs she pumped through her system. So she was just basically screwed. They're like, okay, well we can keep trying, but we can't we're gonna kill you, if we keep giving you more.
God,
morphine
yeah.
or
I wonder
whatever.
I wonder if you could do some sort of like local almost anesthetic thing.
I don't know.
In that situation.
Her entire leg was so shattered. I think she's just screwed,
Oh yeah.
But yeah, probably if it was something smaller. But oh man.
Yeah. God, yeah, I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, I wonder how you could do it. to like.
Anyway, so for you drug users out there, do not get hurt because you're really screwed.
Yeah, because you might be fucked. Or if you're like my dad and you just smoked a lot of weed in high school and have a really weird, like, reaction to medication, apparently. Like, just not associated with the weed smoking, but it's like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, my dad was like, pothead. And it's like, he did drugs, but not like drugs.
Yeah, like hard.
Yeah, you know, and people are like, oh, you know, maybe that's why. And it's like, no. Like, you can be a total pothead in high school, and then, you know, it doesn't cause you to be allergic to morphine. Like, that's not how that works.
No. God.
Oh, God.
Oh,
I think we've been recording for hour
which
10
in
or something
total
like
has been
that.
2 hours because we lost our stupid first one.
Oh, God. Well,
But
we
that
lost
just
the
goes
first
to
one
show
about
how
half an
much
hour
we love
through.
YouTube viewers out there.
Oh, God, right? I know. As always, questions, comments, whatever, email,
yourself.
it's there. Thebroadcazt with a Z at gmail.com. And yeah, any bathing suit bottoms that fit you.
Yeah, we are your not so local babes.
Yeah, right. For your, you know, larger assed friends. Please send it to me. I'm begging you. I'm literally, I don't have a bathing suit that looks good on me. But yeah. So yeah, questions, comments, whatever. Email is there.
Have a good time in your life. Go tell Starbucks they're anti.
Christian, right? How dare you? How dare you get rid of the true meaning of Christmas, my pumpkin spice latte? I can't worship Jesus with my latte.
Plus, gluttony is a sin. I'm pretty sure getting 1 million Starbucks drink is like would be under gluttony because you do not need your like 7th pumpkin spice latte.
I took a quiz and it said I was going to be in the 6th level of hell.
Oh,
which
how many
apparently
levels are there?
Shit.
Too many.
I don't. Well, the level 6 is for heretics apparently, and that one is me, I guess. There's a quiz online. If I find the quiz, I'll put it in the link dump, and then leave a comment with what level of hell you're in.
Please.
That's what I decided. That's this week. That's your homework this week. Is take the hell quiz. Take the hell quiz and tell us in the comments which level of hell you're in. Come visit me in the 6th level of hell. Is it layer or level? Whatever. Shout out to Dante.
Level because it sounds
shout
like
out
a
to
game.
Shoutouts also.
It sounds like you have to work to get there to get to the level. You're not just dropped in there.
Right?
You have to work.
Yeah, level 6.
Level
All right.
6 of hell. That'd be a fun game, actually.
There probably is one. I hope there is. But yeah.
If not, Kickstarter for a hell game.
Oh my god, right? Shout out to hell. Shout out to shoutouts. That's gonna be the title of this week's podcast. Just shout out to shoutouts. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, bye guys.
Bye.
Email us shit. Comment it. You know, send us to your friends also, because we can't get a custom URL until we have 100 subscribers, I guess, because that's just the way that YouTube works now that it's associated with Google. So we can't really do any advertising or anything because we don't have a custom URL, so it's pretty much impossible for us to do any sort of advertising or whatever crazy merchandise related things. So it would be great if, I'm not saying like, send us to your friends, but if you know anybody,
your grandma, send it to grandma, grandpa.
If you know anybody that would be interested, you know, shoot them an email with us in it or whatever, because yeah, if we could eventually have a custom URL, 100 subscribers, that would be
and hopefully
the dream.
Over winter break, maybe we can do a video podcast. So that's some kind of initiative, but we don't know.
We're hoping
don't
to do a video
thing.
We don't know if it'll be anytime soon though, because we don't have a huge amount of software for that. So
yeah, it'd be pretty janky, but
yeah, there could potentially be video capabilities come like mid-December.
Because I know we could always record a Skype thing, but I feel like no one cares that much. You know,
we could do a split screen Skype thing potentially. This is also a potential video thing.
I mean, we could also just record our individual screen and just like
split screen. That's kind of what I'm thinking about doing, as opposed to doing it through Skype, because the Skype video quality sucks fucking ass.
That's true, but I look good in this blur. I don't know if that
right. I know it's blurry as hell, and I look great. But yeah, so you know, tell your friends or whatever. You know, if you think that that's something that they would be interested in, because we really just want a custom URL. Like that's all we want is we want to be able to get ourselves out there, and it's really hard to do. because the way that YouTube decided to do it now, that they're owned by Google, sucks. Fuck you, Google.
And how many women doing podcasts do you really know? And like eventually, you know, we'd like to try and stream games or whatever. This is way, way far down.
This is
But
like not anytime soon.
This is our
but-
baby step. So if you could help us with our baby step, you know.
Yeah, well, eventually, I mean, you know, plus, I mean, if we get far enough by next year, we could also even do an Extra Life type stream too, you know, and be on that Rooster Teeth team too, and do that whole charity stream thing eventually. This is really eventual once we get, you know, video up and running and stuff like that. But that would be hypothetically something that would be fun to do for the future. And if we had the technology too, we would love to live stream the podcast eventually. Because I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but all of these are, I mean, I guess you are probably aware, but all of these are pre-recorded, you know, because they're uploaded on YouTube or whatever. But eventually, if we had live streaming video capabilities, that would be amazing. But yeah, so that's just like summarizing plans for the future. Because I feel like we haven't really talked about it a lot, where we plan to go with this.
If y'all can like us and like
Yeah, but you know, the first step, of course, is, you know, getting a custom YouTube URL to be able to advertise and, you know, send that out to people and stuff like that. So, you know, if you're a listener but you're not subscribed yet, it would be awesome to subscribe. If you know people that are interested, it'd be awesome if they could subscribe. You know, fuck it, make another account and subscribe to us. You know, all that matters is the number to get the URL. So fuck it, right? Yeah. Anyway. Happy Sunday. I guess today's Sunday. This will be uploaded on Sunday.
Hopefully.
We're recording the same day that we're uploading, which is always a dangerous game. But yeah, you know, make good choices and all that good shit.
dun dun dun. Bye.
Bye.